Hey, everybody. It is Carla with Carla's Clever Crafts. Thanks for hanging out with me this evening. We're going to make a watermelon wreath and we're going to use this truck. And I'm going to go ahead and set up my truck to attach it first because I'm going to use glue and I want to give it time to cure. So we'll go ahead. I'm going to flip this over. And I'm going to use these 3M, I forget what they're called again, sign attachers. And this sign is thick enough that I could have hole punched it. But I've had people that say they have difficulty with attaching signs. So I'm going to try to do a few different methods, like with each of my videos, showing different ways to attach that might be easier for some. I made the mistake of opening my whole glue bottle. Hi, Deanna. How are you this evening? We're going to do a watermelon truck design. I've done a similar one to this in the past, and it seems to be very popular. So I figured I would do a video showing how I do it. Okay, so I'm using the DAP Rapid Fuse glue. You can get that at Walmart.com. Amazon has it. I'm not sure about craft stores. I've never really checked there. And then I'm just going to peel the paper off of one of these. It has like a sticky part on the back of it, a sticky foam. And then it has these holes inside of it. I'm not sure that you guys can see that, but it has holes on all four sides where we can feed pipe cleaners through when we're done, or when it's done drying rather. So the pipe cleaners just feed through like that. So I'm putting down just a little small square. It does not take a lot of this DAP glue. And the reason that I use it, sometimes I use hot glue with it too. But I figure it takes this 30 minutes to cure. And by the time we get done with the wreath, 30 minutes will have passed. So it should be fully cured. I did not create this method for attaching wreaths. I've seen other wreath makers use it. Okay, so I just put one on each end, and this is not it's a long sign, but it's not a very tall sign. So I think 2 points of attachment will be plenty. You got to watch these whenever the glue is drying, they will slide around on you. So this is our sign, and we've got like a beige wood railing on the back of our truck here, and then of course the watermelons and the red and green scheme. So I chose this green. This is a poly jute mesh. It is a moss green with natural beige color through it. And then I also chose this red and green striped. This is a wide strip mesh, and it's actually red and lime green. And I thought that the stripes would go well because watermelons have stripes on them. So that's the reason that I chose those two meshes. This is a wreath kit in my shop with the sign and the ribbon bundle. And these are the 4 ribbons that we're going to use, and that also come with the kit. We have this watermelon that has kind of a light beige background. Then we have a 2.5-inch green, solid green, a 1-inch red, and we have a 2.5-inch buffalo check beige. So it kind of going for like a farmhouse look almost, even though our sign, does have some glitter and stuff on it. It looks cute with the farmhouse style look. So I'm going to lay that over there while that dries. I'm going to put my pipe cleaners there. Close up my glue, but first I want to wipe off the top so I don't glue my lid shut. Hey, Justin. Thanks for watching. Hi, Linda. And I did want to mention, I'm glad you're doing good, Deanna. Oh, it's 3 there. Yeah, I always forget the time change. Hi, Shannon. Linda, I went live for the very first time. I think it was last evening on TikTok. And Linda, who has been a great supporter of mine here on Facebook, hopped over there and watched me. And I had used a different camera angle because on TikTok, I cannot go live using my streaming software. I have to do it on my phone. And she said she liked that angle much better. So those of you who have been watching me will probably notice I changed the angle. I know you don't see me, but I think it's more important for you to see you're wanting to learn what I'm doing and watch what I'm doing. So we're gonna go ahead and get started here, and you guys let me know if you like the new camera angle or what you think. Okay, so we have a 14.5-inch wire frame. I've pre-wired it with the pipe cleaners, and this is a wreath. I've done a wreath similar to this in the past that was very popular, so I thought I would just go ahead and stick with a similar design. So we're doing 6 pipe cleaners on the inside, 2 wires, 1 in each section. A section is between the 2 crossbars, so we've got 1 on these inside 2. And then on the outside in each section, we put 2 pipe cleaners just opposite or diagonal from the middle one, or you could measure in about 1 inch from the crossbar for placing this. That gives us a total of 12 on the outside 2 rings and 6 on the inside. And we are going to do cruffles. I have been experimenting. I know a lot of people are excited about the new oh, you missed my smiling face. A lot of people have been very excited about the new mesh method I posted pictures of, and I did do some experimenting with that today. So I just wanted to let you guys know that I hope to do a tutorial on that towards the end of the week. I will mention for you guys watching, one thing that I experimented with and learned today is that it works very well with both 10-inch mesh and 21-inch mesh, which I'm pretty excited about that because I don't use a lot of 21-inch mesh because I'm not a huge fan of the methods out there for it. So I think with this, the other thing is you could cut the mesh to different lengths and make different sizes of it. It's kind of hard to describe, so hopefully it'll make sense after I do it. All right. I think this time we're going to work only on the outside 12 pipe cleaners, and we're going to rotate our colors. So I've started with the poly jute, the green poly jute mesh, and now both of these are really nice meshes, little fraying, and they're substantial. They'll give you a lot of good coverage on your wreath. Now I do want to mention, you might notice as I lay this out, the red and green striped mesh is cut to 22 inches and the green is cut to 18. I did not do that on purpose, but I thought, here's why I did it. I cut this for a pancake style wreath and then I ended up not using it. So when I do my pancake style wreath, I do 23-inch mesh pieces. When I do my cripples, as you probably know, I do 18-inch pieces. So since this was already pre-cut, I wanted to go ahead and use it. And I thought it would be a great way to show you guys the difference between what an 18-inch cruffle looks like and a 23-inch cruffle, because there is a big difference. So let's go ahead and make another one here. And I'm going to just roll the end of this. I normally do 4 times, but this is really long. So I'm going to go ahead and add a little 5th turn in there. Turn it away from me. Do the same thing on the other end, trying to make sure you keep it nice and straight. And then I'm going to turn the curls down and then ruffle down the middle. And then let me show you what this looks like. So there's quite a difference in the size. There's also quite a difference in the ruffling. You get more of that ruffle look. I wish I had another clip handy here to show you. Oh, well, here, I've got one already made. So I can show you. This is the 18-inch. And this is the 22-inch. So there's quite a bit of difference. It really is just personal preference, what you want to use. I know a lot of wreath makers do longer pieces of mesh, and I mainly do 18-inch, but I am kind of interested to see what this looks like when we get this all done with these bigger pieces. So again, I'm just going to rotate, working only on the outside. 12 pipe cleaners. I'm going to leave these 6 in the middle for now. I'm putting my finished edges to the inside and the outside. And then this wide strip mesh, both of these are from Craft Outlet. It is very thick, so make sure you get it tight. Okay, and then I have the rest of our cruffles pre-made here, so let's just go ahead and get these in, and then we'll start working with some ribbons. See what this is going to look like. It's quite a bit bigger when you use you're using, what would that be, 5 inches more of mesh per cruffle. Can you all tell a difference in how it looks when it's on the floor in the frame? Like, does it look like a big difference? Kind of reminding me of Christmas. Has anybody started buying Christmas stuff yet? I've actually been selling Christmas stuff out of my shop this past week, out of my Etsy shop. Ornaments and signs, and somebody even bought a wreath. It does look different. Yeah, I thought it would. I've never done this, so this is new for me too, you guys. I like to experiment. I feel like I don't do enough experimenting. I feel like I stay so busy just making the same thing that, because everybody loves them, that I just stick with the same thing, and then I end up not experimenting as much as I would like to. I really like these cruffles with the bigger size. It's very pretty. I use longer pieces of mesh when I do the pancake style because I like to make sure that I get good overlap. Okay, so now we're going to still only work in these 12 outside pipe cleaners. Wow, that does look a lot different. I see it on the screen now. Wow, that's pretty neat. I like it. You learn 20-inch cruffles and then you cut them back. I don't think you always need them that big. I agree. Yeah, but like I said, most of mine are 18 inches. But I am kind of liking this, the way this looks, the wow factor of the red and green stripe that comes out. That's pretty neat. Okay, let's put our ribbons on and see. A lot of times by the time you add your ribbons and your sign and especially if you're adding other attachments, flowers or whatever, a lot of times you end up hiding a bunch of this mesh anyway. Okay. I'll grab the rest of the ribbons over here. Okay, I think I am going to do the red with the buffalo check, and I'm going to do the green with the watermelon. Oh, actually, that's the top layer. I'm getting ahead of myself. We're going to do one in each pipe cleaner around this bottom layer. I think that will be plenty, especially with these larger size cruffles. So I'm just going to scrunch it up the middle. I'm going to do the V back towards myself. Try to keep your wires on both sides facing downward. Especially if you like to, I always poof my ribbons, like poof them up in the middle and then curl them under on the ends. And if you keep those wires down, it makes that easier. Then the ribbon wants to cooperate with you as opposed to twisting a different way. So just like that. We'll do green next. And just remember to always push your pipe cleaners down in and give them a squeeze. And then to fan my ribbons out, I just push up here in the middle, up close to the pipe cleaner from the bottom, and then just kind of curl the end so it just molds with the mesh, or it looks like it's molding with the mesh. Okay, now I'm going to do the beige. Using the V fold all the way around. Okay, and now we need red. All of these are 2.5 inch ribbons, except for the red is a 1.5 inch. And they're all cut to 12 inches long. Okay, now we just need to repeat our pattern in the same order. So we're back to the watermelon. And you can always fix your ribbons at the end. I just choose to do mine as I go. Green, just a habit, I guess. There's not really any reasoning to that. My husband just came home with dinner right before I went live. He stopped and got KFC. So I was eating a piece of chicken. I think that made me like a minute or two late. I didn't want you guys to hear my stomach growl the whole time. Okay, we're back to the red. Okay, we're going to repeat it one more time. So we've got the watermelon. With this design, you would use, I think I use a total of 6 pieces of each ribbon. And I'm not going to add a bow to this one, but you certainly could if you wanted to. Instead of doing a bow, I'm going to turn the cruffles on the top layer, the second layer of cruffles. I'm going to turn those the other way and then use those to frame around my sign. And usually when I do that method, I don't use a bow. Thank you, Shannon. You guys, I did something the other day. You know all these flamingo and bees designs I've been making because I purchased too many? I bought another flamingo sign. It's almost like I can't help myself. I did get a beautiful mermaid sign in the mail that's metal. And I'm seeing everybody post about mermaid. Apparently that's like a saying for the month of May. So I may try to do the new mermaid sign next week. I'll give you guys a sneak peek of it. I absolutely love it. I was just surprised at how much I liked it. Well, I have it in the plastic. Let me pull it out. So this is, let's see if I can show it without the light reflecting. There we go. I don't know if you guys can see that's kind of busy behind it. But isn't she just beautiful? I just love the cutout and the colors. So I'm pretty excited about her. My granddaughter's seen it and loved it, so I'm probably going to be ordering another one for her. Okay, we have our first layer of ribbons done. Wow, did you like that, Shannon? I love it. I'm going to be placing a craft outlet order tomorrow, you guys. How exciting. So if I'm not on Facebook much this evening, you'll know why. I think we're all a lot alike, Linda. If I'm not on Facebook much, it's because I'm on craftoutlet.com. I definitely have held off on ordering mesh as long as I can. I am doing a rainbow wreath at the end of the week and realize that I'm missing half of the rainbow color, so that's not going to work. Ooh, and I did want to mention to you guys, I was on Sam's Club's website. I don't know if you guys use Sam's Club's ribbon, but it's the best deal I've ever found around, and their quality is pretty good, and they have it marked down. It is now $29.99 for 6 rolls on their website. That means the stores are probably marked down as well. I don't have time to go to the store right now, so if there's any left, I may order some tomorrow. But I wanted to give you guys that tip so you could, because I logged on there yesterday and noticed that, and I was like, wow, I can't believe it's already on sale. Okay, so now we're going to do, I pulled these 6 pipe cleaners from the inside to the outside, and we're just going to do another row of cruffles. These are the same length as the ones we used on the bottom, so we're going to see how this turns out. I'm not sure. I'm a little nervous about this top layer. So I'm going to turn them with my finished edge to the right and the left. And then pull gently. I don't do the top layer tight because I don't want to mash everything down. I pull it a little bit because I want it, to all look uniform and part of the wreath design, but I don't want to pull it clear down to the base because then your mesh will be standing up like this and be very difficult to get your ribbon tails and things to lay the way you want them to. Okay, so here we go. Experimenting. I can tell you these bigger couples are a little bit harder to get added in there. Okay, we got one more to add. Wow, that red and green is really popping. I hope I like this when I'm done, you guys. I hope these are not overpowering when we get all the ribbons and stuff in. That may make the difference. We'll see what you guys think. Because those bigger truffles really are making a difference. They almost look like great big brown flowers all the way around. Okay, let's see. It would be a shame if I had to take this apart and redo it. I guess it would just be the 3 pieces on the top. Okay, I think I have more ribbon here than I need, but we'll see. Okay, so we were going to do the watermelon with the green. I'm just going to use my X pattern because I want some of my, and I'm doing the bigger X because I want some of my ribbon tails coming up to the inside, like towards my sign. I'm just going to scrunch in the middle, pinch it together. I'm trying to keep those wired edges down. I'm not sure how to hold it to show you guys. Okay, so let's put this one in here. Okay, and now we need the red and the beige. Going to do the same thing. We're just going to rotate the pattern again. Yes, they do, Shannon. I was a little bit in shock when I seen what that looked like. We're going to see how this looks with the ribbons added. And then I'll decide if I'm going to take those out and redo them because that might just be too much. I'll have you guys help me decide if I should redo them and make them smaller. Either that or make these bigger. I'm not even sure that I would like that, to be honest, though. I almost feel like it needs toned down, not beefed up. I don't know. The ribbons might be sufficient. I don't know. One. It's a little bit harder when you're pinching those together when you're using a 1.5 inch with a 2.5 inch. It's a little harder to scrunch those up the middle and keep them straight when you're doing both of them at the same time. And if they go in a little bit crooked, I just pull on one side and then opposite the other side to straighten them out. I intentionally put the 2.5 inch in this big bold green and red spot to see if that would be enough to tone it down. Again, I'm back to that. It's amazing how much one little difference can change the look of an entire wreath. So just that extra 5 inches on the one piece of mesh is really a big difference. Okay. We got one more to do. And then we'll be able to add our sign and see what we got going on here. It's hard for me to tell looking at it on the computer screen whether the ribbons are enough or if we need to redo it. That's the thing about experimenting is sometimes, hi Lisa, with experimenting, sometimes it doesn't always work out the way you envision. Okay, so there's what we have so far. Let's go ahead and feed our pipe cleaners through. My staple gun that I ordered is still not here. I don't know what is going on with Amazon and their shipping, but I've not been getting my orders quickly like usual. Misty, I can't believe you're in Barbersville. I am in Huntington. Well, Westmoreland, actually, but our address is still Huntington. That is so cool to see you on here. Welcome. Well, this would be great if I could meet up and catch up with some local wreath makers and crafters. That would be amazing. Okay, so I'm just going to nestle this down inside these curls that are on this top layer. And then I'll feed those pipe cleaners down through to attach it. Now, both of these meshes, I think I mentioned at the beginning, are really substantial. So they're very thick. This is a very full wreath. That's probably 6 inches, maybe even a little bit more. And that's without a bow. think I like it right about there. So let me see if I can get this to feed down. This is going to be challenging because of how thick the mesh is. Thank you, Misty. I love Justin's TikTok videos. Those are amazing. If you haven't seen them, they're definitely worth checking out. He's very creative with his videos. Okay. Now we're going to have to readjust the ribbons, I see, because this adding the sign is messing those up, but that's pretty typical. I love the Barbersville area too. It is very beautiful there. I used to live in Barbersville. Okay, but then when we bought our house, we bought down here in Westmoreland. We got a really good deal, and then my husband did the whole, redid the whole thing. So, yes, Shannon, definitely need to work on your TikTok page. Of course, I'm not one to talk. I do post on there. I've been trying to make sure I do it daily, which is something I wasn't doing before. And then I did the one live on there. So we'll see. I always just kind of have in my mind that it's going to be a younger crowd that's not really into wreath making. But I think that might be a misperception because I literally don't spend much time on there and I already have over 1,000 followers. So there's got to be a lot of the wreath community on there. Okay, and I'm just wrapping the end of my pipe cleaner around the wire on the frame and tucking that up inside so the sharp edge is hidden. Let me fix some of the ribbons here, and it looks like I mashed one of my curls. I didn't mean to. Okay, guys. Honest answer. Did these ribbons tone down them big cripples on the top enough, or do I need to redo those? What do you all think? I can't really tell looking at the computer screen. I'll have to hang it up and look at it. You are almost 70 and you was there late as usual. Well, that is a very, very good point, Linda. First of all, I did not know your age, but yeah, I guess, it's huge. It's just like any of the other social media, I guess. I don't spend a lot of time on Instagram either, which is, you just have to kind of pick your battles when you're a solo, do everything business owner. I can't, it's too hard to do it all. Well, thank you, Misty. All right. You guys tell me if I need to swap those out. If you don't feel comfortable telling me in chat, send me a message. All right. Well, you guys enjoy your evening, and I will be back tomorrow. No. Tomorrow I'm babysitting. So there will be no live tomorrow evening. I will be back on Wednesday at 7 p.m. So I hope to see you guys there. Thank you, Lisa. I hope to see you guys then. And in the meantime, I'm going to be experimenting and hopefully we'll get this new mesh design out. Get it on a video. Thank you, Linda. Okay, you guys have a great evening.